Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Gukarastandhakaro Vai Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryaṃ Karavāvahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yeah. Okay. 37. Tatraiva ca samakhyataha Swayam Jyotirhi Purushaha Jatah Paraprakashyosau Katam Syad Deha Kaf Puman. That small book you got? Yeah. That book? Yeah. This smaller one. Yeah. Take that, yeah. Now, I wanted to see the sentence. There is no sentence. They are not given the sentence. So, this is the same Brihadaranyaka. He quoted two and one more. First one he said, no, the Brihadaranyaka, first one is said Purusha Sukta, Lakshana, Purusha Lakshanam, Purusha Sukta, Purusha Yevedagum Sarvam. So that Purusha Sukta. Then Asangokhi Ayam Purushaha, Brihadaranyaka. Then Tatraiva, this is the second one. So Tatraiva Samakhyataha. So Tatraiva, in the same Brihadaranyaka, Tatra, there, Eva, indeed, itself, there itself. So there itself, where in the Brihadaranyaka. And there itself, Samakhyataha is very well said, Samyak Akhyataha, Samyak Uktaha. It is very well said. What? This Purushaha, Purusha eva Purusha, this person, Atma, is Swayam Jyotihi. Swayam Jyotihi eva, he. Swayam Jyotihi eva. Self-evident, self-effulgent. Jyotihi is light. The word Jyotis is sakaranta. Jyotis is the word. And then the nominative singular will be Jyotihi. It is neuter gender. Even though it seems to end in E, Jyotihi, it is not E ending. It is sakara ending, Jyotis. Therefore, singular nominative will be Jyotihi. Now, therefore, to give Jyoti the name to woman is not generally to a girl child. They give this Jyoti name. It's not very appropriate. Why? Because Jyoti is neutral gender. Yemandu is neuter. Jyotihi is light. The word light is used in the sense of consciousness. There is no light inside, thank God for it. Yeah, if there is light inside, outside light and inside light, then inside light means what? Who switches on, switches off? What is this? We don't need light inside. In order to see an object, eyes always require light. Eyes don't see an object unless the object is a source of light or it reflects light. Either it has to reflect light or itself should be a source of light. Eyes cannot pick up otherwise. And therefore, this is the imagery that they use. And the words connected to this imagery, light imagery, they use. Shines. The sun shines. Suryaha bhati. Chandraha anubhati. The moon shines after. That also shines. But shines after the sun. But the sun shines. Then we say, sun also anubhati. The pair of eyes shine. So eyes shine and the sun anubhati shines after the eyes. If the eyes are closed, the sun shines, is useless. Correct? Is useless. You don't see. You can't say the sun is shining or it is not shining. How can you say if the eyes are not there? Suppose somebody is born blind, he won't know what is shining. He knows what is hot. But what is shining he won't know if he is totally blind. Generally they see some light. Outside light. If that is also not there, then there is no light. So the sun does not reveal itself to you. It depends upon the light in your eyes. Therefore, eyes shine, the sun shines after. The eyes themselves don't see unless the mind is behind. And therefore, if the mind is elsewhere, people walk, you don't even see what is happening. You don't see, you don't hear, you don't see. Therefore, the mind has to be there. The mind shines, the eyes shine after the mind. The mind shines itself. If the mind shines itself means you will not see what is happening in the mind. That means you won't see anything in the world. And therefore, the mind shines after the Jyoti. After the light of consciousness, I, Atma. Now, once you get into this kind of a series, then you will say, the Atma shines after what? I shine after what? After your father-in-law, okay? So this is that. What are you talking? So I shine after what? I shine after myself. If I have to shine after, then there should be another Atma Bhati. This is the imagery. We took off from simple sunlight and we left the light completely. Once it came to the eyes, light is gone. It is the light of consciousness. We are not talking of physical light. That is why if you see any light inside, you must know you are the seer of the light. Take it lightly, okay? Don't take it seriously. Take it lightly. You are the seer, witness of the light. You are the light of consciousness. Light, we need not even say the light. It's just an expression. We give up the light. Just consciousness. Jyotihi. Brihadaranyaka talks about, in Jyoti Brahmana, there is a chapter called Jyoti Brahmana. In this Jyoti Brahmana, there is a discussion about dream. In the dream, the dreamer, the dreamt world, both of them are nothing but pure consciousness, Jyotihi. The dreamer is consciousness. The dreamt world also is not separate from that consciousness. Jyotihi. That consciousness is the Purusha. It is Swayam Jyotihi. There is only one Swayam Jyoti. Self-luminous. Self-revealing. Luminous, the word also can be misleading. All these light words should be taken as consciousness. And if you take seriously, these are all light words, words talking about light. You can't take seriously, it is a light of consciousness. And therefore, Jyotihi, Swayam Jyotihi. Again, it's the same thing, you know. Now, eyes, same imagery. Eyes require light for an object to be seen. Therefore, if this object is seen, either the object should be self-luminous or it should reflect light. Correct? Either it should reflect light or itself self-luminous. Why? Because eyes can pick up a form only in terms of light. Either reflected light or it is itself light. Therefore, if there is in a dark night a glowworm, you see the glow. You don't require a flashlight. It reveals itself. It doesn't require any other light. Whereas the flower requires another light. This is Anubhati. So while opaque objects they shine after a source of light. The source of light itself doesn't require a light. You don't need a flashlight to check up whether the sun is up or not, whether the stars in the sky shine or not. They are self-luminous. So whether the stars in the sky shine in the night, what light you require? You don't require any light. Themselves shine. The planets also shine, but the planets shine after the sun. Stars themselves shine. And therefore, this imagery, that a source of light is self-revealing, is taken to say that the self is self-revealing by this expression, Swayam Jyotihi. It is self-evident. It is self-revealing and reveals everything. Iti Brihadaranyake Samyak Akhyataha. This is the Purusha. So, self-revealing is the Purusha. And you say, I am as good as the body. And the body is what? Self-revealing? The isotope body or what? Is self-revealing? Then somebody said, Swamiji, you are radiant now. Then I may be radiant, but I am not an isotope. And then I don't spread, so this cause radiation. And, this self. Look at this. Nobody will come anywhere near the Swami. So I become untouchable. And so untouchable, unnearable. Okay? You can't come anywhere in the vicinity because the isotope, Swami. There is one Swami who calls himself protoplasm. Really true. He is my friend also. He calls, I am a protoplasm. Swami protoplasm, one Andhra Swami. Andhra Swami. Yeah, he is my friend. He has got reasons to call himself protoplasm. But protoplasm is not isotope. This isotope, Swami, means finished. First, they should dig a hole of 200 feet and then bury the fellow and then put all kinds of things so that there is no radiation coming anywhere out. Okay? Thank God. Even when I am on the surface and teach, nobody understands me. Then if I teach from 200 feet down below, who will understand? So nicely packed up. What imagination, okay? This body, jadaha. Jadaha means what? Paraprakashya. Jada, the meaning of the jada is not inert. Paraprakashya, that's all. It has to be lighted by another object. Here the light of consciousness. It is an object of consciousness. Paraprakashya. Atma is Swayam Prakasha. Itself revealing. This has to be revealed by another. it cannot reveal its existence. That's why if you are sitting in a dark room and somebody walks in and you are dozing off, and then he doesn't see you sitting there, and you, in fact, you were supposed to meditate. You switched off, and then you were sitting in meditation. And then you know what happens in meditation. And then you dozed off. So you didn't notice the fellow coming. And then he also didn't notice you were sitting there doing this serious meditation. And so he tumbled on you. Why? The body is paraprakasha. Then he thought, what? He got alarmed. Then he had a flashlight. And he used the flashlight. You are now up, okay? From your samadhi, you come out. So, you are also alarmed. Understand? Why? Paraprakashaha. This body requires a flashlight for others to see. But when you are awake, nobody can look at you, but you can. You can. That is why when you are eating, the light goes off, still you can, your hand will find the mouth, okay? You will not put it in here or here, the food. You will put it here. There is a nice coordination. So, hand-eye coordination, that takes a little, that's more subtle. There's all baseball fellows, they require, the batters. They require hand-eye coordination. Hand-mouth coordination, every party knows. So this is, an old person also knows hand-eye, hand-mouth coordination. Automatic. You need not even look at this. Gone. And therefore, you can do all that. So you can score 100 times. Because, so sure. Paraprakasya. How do you know that this is the body sitting here? You can't have a feeling. The other fellow did not see the body. But you know, if you are awake, you see your body where it is sitting. You know it is sitting at least. You know the body is sitting. If there is back pain, it also knows that there is back pain. So it is sitting, everything you know. Then who does this prakasha? Who makes it known? And that is Atma, Swayam Jyotihi, self-revealing, and reveals the existence of the body, of hunger, of thirst, of pain, of the mind. All of them are paraprakashya, the object of consciousness. And therefore, jadaha paraprakashyaha asau. Asau means deha, this body. Katam syad deha kaf puman. How this limited body be the person? Never it can be. Proktopi karma kandena hyatma dehad vilakshana nityascha tat phalam bhunkte deha padadanantaram. You say Veda is a pramana, is a means of knowing. Now, you hold on to 3 pages, 4 pages, this Vedanta, Upanishad. Kenopanishad is only 2 pages. Ishavasyaṃ is also 2 pages. So a few pages, Brihadaranyaka, a few pages. You quote always these few pages, thousands of pages of Veda, you never quote. Therefore, only according to Vedanta, which is the last portion of the Vedas, a few worn-out pages, it's like an appendix. And you always quote these things and take those words seriously. The big volume of the Veda is just neglected. The Karmakanda doesn't say that you are Swayam Jyotihi and all that. It doesn't talk about. The Karmakanda talks about Karta. The Karmakanda's vision, Karmakanda means the first portion of the Veda, talks about a lot of rituals and all that. And therefore, in its vision, you are a doer. Not only you are a doer of karma, action, and you are the reaper of the result of action. You are the sower, you are the reaper. And therefore, so without body you cannot do. Anything you have to do means you need hands, you need the body, physical body. And therefore, how can you say the Veda only points out the truth of Atma as a karta, non-doer, etc. He says, karma kandenapi proktaha. Proktopi karma kandena. Karma kandenapi proktaha. Even by the portion of the Veda dealing with rituals, karma, and that portion is called karma kanda. Tenapi vedena, by that Veda also, that portion of the Veda also, proktaha is said. What is said? Atma dehat vilakshanaha. Yeva hi. Atma dehat vilakshanaha yeva. Atma, the self Purusha, is distinct from the deha. Dehat vilakshanaha. Distinct from the body. How do you say that? Because it tells you afterlife. It tells you you will gain karma phala. If not in this life, next life, it will be accrued to you. And you can experience all these worlds of experience, Swarga and so on. And it is all credited to your account. You will be reborn by the force of this karma called punya papa. And you will be reborn. That means you, the person Purusha, survives death. Therefore, karma kandenapi Atma dehat vilakshanaha nityaha. And tat phalam bhunkte. Atma nityaha. Look at this one. If you don't know Atma, what it is all about, still Atma nityaha. Atma is not subject to time, in the sense subject to death. Why? Atma is going to survive and it is going to karma phalam bhunkte, tat phalam bhunkte, karma phalam bhunkte. And whatever karma the fellow does, karma phalam, the result of karma, the fellow bhunkte experiences in one place or another. In this universe there can be many such places where life is possible. Earth alone is not one thing. In the solar system it looks as though only one earth is there. And every star is a sun. It may have a solar system. And there can be people. And somebody may be sitting there and talking like this. Don't think, what this fellow says, in his own language. Dota jana da da. Don't think that you are only here. Dana jana badadako. There are so many possibilities. The jono dando. Every sun is, every star is a sun. And sun will have planets. Dana jana paka. Don't ask me to repeat, okay? So somebody may be talking there. And he may be telling the same thing I am telling here now. This also, he is telling. Somebody is talking right now. It's all frequency. You hit the fellow's thought. He is talking, I am talking. Whether I am influencing him or he is influencing me, that is anybody's guess. But it's all one. Why should anybody influence? We pick up thoughts like that. And therefore, anywhere one will be born. The laws are the same. There also mosquitoes will be there, bacteria will be there, virus will be there. God doesn't have an alternative, I suppose. If he has got an alternative, of course he can. He will find there are some strange animals. Like the dodo. Here the people finish the species by eating. That's why they say dead like dodo. Dodo was there in Mauritius. It's a national bird. If you go there, they will give you one figurine, and that is dodo. That is the national. The ministers, the government people have give you this national bird, which is extinct. How did it become extinct? Not because of nature calamity. No such calamity. It's a bird. Very slow-moving bird. Solid bird. They did Kentucky. By just doing Kentucky, they finished them. A species they made extinct. I can't believe this, but that's the fact. And then in English they use the word dead like dodo. It has gone into the dictionary Oxford. Find out, dodo, dead like dodo expression. Amazing. Mauritius painters, artists have painted this dodo so much. You will find in the museum and other places dodo painting. Only paintings are there. No dodo. But in this new planet, dodo is there. Wow! Dinosaurs are there. Huh? The carnivorous ones, herbivorous ones, all of them are there. You can see them there. You prove that they are not there, okay? So I play safe. What I say? Karma palam bhunkte. Therefore, karma kandena proktaha dehad vilakshanaha ayam atma. Atma survives death and goes places, assumes new bodies, and enjoys, experiences karma palam, result of karma. Karma palam bhunkte. Therefore what? Even if one doesn't know Atma, Atma survives, nitya. It survives life after life. If one has come to know the Atma, Atma nitya. Either way, Atma nitya. Atma doesn't die. If you know the Atma, Atma doesn't die because it is timeless. It has no birth, it has no death. If one doesn't know, Atma nitya doesn't die because the dehat vilakshanaha, Atma doesn't die at the time of body's death. Survives and travels. All religions concur in this. I always used to see what is it they conquer. They concur in this. Atma survives. For some people, only one-time Atma. One-time body. God gave you one-time body. And you make it or eternally you are down. But they still talk, Atma survives. The Muslims also talk, Atma survives. Zoroastrians talk, Atma survives. Buddhists, their vision depends entirely upon the survival of the Atma. Why? Because nobody becomes a bodhisattva unless one has taken many number of births. They believe like that. Therefore, every religion believes in the survival of Atma. It's a belief. Only Vedanta doesn't need this belief. This belief is there. Karma, etc., it's all there. But we don't need it also. Because we are dealing with Atma that is not born by time. It's never born, it never dies. That's why we don't have a great commitment to prove. It's a belief. Where is the question of proving? You don't need to prove anything. Atma survives. But then, deha vyātiriktaḥ atma, belief. Atma is timeless. If Atma is timeless and that is born, then until one discovers the timelessness, the nature of the Atma, how is it not going to be reborn? There is no way. So that is the argument and supporting argument to the belief. Deha patat anantaram. So, deha patat anantaram. After the dehasya patat, after the fall of the body, after the fall of the body, after shuffling of this mortal coil, then there is survival of Atma. This is the lingam cha neka samyuktam chalam drishyam vikari cha vyāpakaṃ asadrūpam tatkatam syāt pumanayam. If the physical body is like this, that which makes this physical body alive is called linga sharira. Is called sukshma sharira. Linga sharira, sukshma sharira. Subtle body. They say astral body. Even subtle body is not a good word. Astral is worse. Astral body, immediately you think of spirits. The astral world of spirits. So that means the body is indwelt by the spirit. That's why if you take spirit, it becomes buoyant and more alive. It becomes spiritual. Astral body will catch fire. Because so much spirit inside. Fire hazard. So this astral body is called a linga sharira. Very interesting word. Lingyate. Jñāyate iti lingam. Anena. Something is known through this. It's called lingam. Like this kashaya, the kashaya vastra, this kashaya vastram, the color is called kashaya, it is kashaya vastra. Kashaya means any tea, any tincture, decoction, more or less that color. kashaya. This is kashayat utpannam, Sanskritam, kashaya. Something born of kashaya, dyed, called kashaya vastram. It's a linga. It's a symbol by which you know this is a sannyasi, a Hindu monk. You recognize. It's a linga. If Pope comes out without his all get up, there's a special attire, robes, special robes and special all these belts and all that. If he comes out and there is a crown also, headgear, and without that he comes out, what will happen? One fellow was driving. Here, he was waving the road, going like this. The cop stopped him. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm driving. What driving is this? You are going, waving the road? Are you a Pope or what? He said, I am Pope. It seems the Pope came to America and then he wanted to just drive. He has been desiring for a drive. He saw one road very empty and he told the driver, let me drive. So he was not in his uniform and he was driving. Pope driving. He never drove in his life. He only drove people crazy. And so he never drove in his life. And he drives out, he waves the road. And that policeman has got so much respect for Pope. Do you think you are a Pope? As we say, no, you think you are a Tata? So, this is your Tata's road? They talk like that. Do you think you are a Pope? He said, yes, sir, I am Pope. Robe, lingam. Without robe, Pope is gone. Lingam. The robes are lingam. It's all very important also. The uniform. And a CEO comes to work wearing all this, this Hawaiian, some kind of a shirt and loose, and then loose pajamas, and he whistling, and having some flower, and he is coming whistling and he comes to our office. Definitely, even if he is sane, they will take him to the institution. Immediately haul him up. They won't let him sit there, alarmed, inappropriate. Who created this appropriateness? So it's all over a period of time. That's how this is appropriate, this is inappropriate, don't disturb. That you can disturb by just wearing particular type of clothes is is what is called inappropriate. There is a standard already established. That is called desha dharma, kala dharma. That is also dharma. And dharma is Ishvara. But with the upadhi of desha, dharma with the upadhi of kala, upadhi means that setup. Dharma with the upadhi, the setup, the conditioning of place, time, that's given. That is why it is considered Ishvara. So it will hurt. People will get hurt. Therefore, there is a certain appropriateness for everything. Now he says, now this linga, why it is called lingam, shariram, the sthula sharira, in whose presence it is alive, in whose absence it is dead. That is linga. From that we understand. Then how do you know the linga is present? In fact, you call the doctor, alarmed, because the fellow you call him doesn't get up, then you call the doctor. And the doctor, what does he do? He checks up whether linga sharira is there or not. How does he do? He finds the breath is not there, pulse is not there, and then no feeble beats also, nothing. Then he has got a flashlight. Eyes, no blinking, no response. He pulls the sheet over the head. Kaam ho gaya. Why? He has concluded the linga sharira is gone. From all this, linga sharira is gone. All indications are gone. All indications show towards death only. All indicators indicate death. Death means linga sharira's departure. There is no real death. Linga sharira's departure. Linga sharira doesn't go. Linga sharira avachinna atma. The linga sharira, subtle body, conditioning the atma. Satchidananda atma. Now an individual for the time being. That's the one that goes. The linga sharira assumes a thought body. That is called preta sharira. Right after death. What happens after death? What will happen? You tell me. Either there is no departure or departure. If there is departure, then assuming of the body is inevitable. And the body should not be physical. If it is a physical, you will see the body and ask that fellow to get in. Where are you going? Come on. Where is it? Then we can drag the fellow and put it. Huh? People come to Rishikesh to take sannyas. The parents come next week and they take him back. Take him back. So like that they will come. I had to face all this, This fellow will come. Now Swami Tadrupananda. Tadrupananda, some people may know him. Anyone who knows Tadrupananda? Yeah. Yeah, Tadrupananda. He responded to my general announcement. He was a lecturer in psychology in a college in Baroda. Baroda or Ahmedabad? In Ahmedabad. Or Baroda, I think. Yeah, I have a doubt. And so, he comes from Ahmedabad and he was working in Baroda. And he applied for the job. Applied for the course, 3-year course. He applied. He just wrote them a letter, a postcard, that I am going. And he has come here. And he is a very dramatic person. Everything he does is a drama. So he should have told that. So he just walked away. He knew that they won't permit him. So he walked away. Very, very... very, very real person. So he came, and then his whole family means his grandmother, his mother, his father, and then the other whatever family members, then is the co-lecturer, co-workers in the university, all of them. Professor, he's professor, and who knows a little bit Sanskrit also, and who knows something about the Shastra, and all of them come to argue with me. What he did, then he saw them coming somewhere, and he came running to me, Swamiji, oh look, aa rahe. So he said, all these fellows are coming. So my father is coming, everybody is coming, everybody is coming. What shall I do? You sit here. They won't come, let them go and search. They will come to you. Then you go to the temple. I send him to the temple. You be there, then I will call you. I will talk to them. You don't worry. He went away. The other way he went to the temple. Went to the temple. And now these people all came. I don't have space for them. All came. I came out. And they all came out, and then we sat there. And then they all began arguing. Father is crying. Mother is crying. Grandmother is arguing, pleading. And then the professor started. Swamiji, is it proper? Do you think it is shastric? It is. Does it allow? Shastra allow? Like this? Without anujñā, without parental permission to come like this? I said, he has come to study. He is not going to become a sannyasi or something. That is to be decided later. He will decide later. But now he has come to study. That's all. So let him study. If he wants to study, let him study. No, we want him back. Now, you see, why should he not study? And I argued with them. He is a Triparti. Triparti means 3 Vedas. Once upon a time in your family, somebody studied 3 Vedas, that is why you have got Triparti. Did you study the Veda? I asked the father. Did you study 3 Vedas? No. Then, at least he wants to study Vedanta, which is good. That is the essence of all the 3 Vedas. So let him study, let him become a real Triparti. So I argued, slowly pacified them, and he will come to you. Don't worry. So then, afterwards they were convinced a little bit. Then I called him. Where is he? They asked. He'll come now. And then he came. He came in my presence, he met them all. That's what will happen. If the departure is visible to all of us, we will plead, we will do this, we will do it, and push the fellow back inside. That is why it is sukshma. Nobody knows it has gone. And afterwards, gone. Suddenly it's gone. Suddenly it went away. It's always sudden. It's not that today half gone, another half gone. When it goes away, it goes away. Gone. That is called linga sharira. A cell is alive because of which presence? Because of the presence of what? That is lingam. Therefore, the whole organism becomes alive by which sharira, that is linga sharira. He says, even lingam is not purusha. There is next thesis. We will see that later. Lingam cha neka samyuktam chalam drishyam vikaricha vyāpakaṃ asadrūpam tatkatam syat pumanayam. So all the arguments of sthula deha, the sthula deha, the physical body, why the physical body cannot be Atma, same arguments are applicable to linga sharira also. Lingam also not Atma. We will see that later. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo